2 as we continue our countdown. We're going to do all 24 teams. And then the last 8 days leading up to September 5th, we're going to do all the divisions. So the Saints, that's right. Mr. Carr is a Saint. Sometimes we forget. Last season, 9-8, good for second in the NFC South. Can Derek Carr get the Saints to the playoffs? According to DraftKings, the number is 7.5 AB, juiced to the over. Talk to me.
Under City right here for New Orleans. I'm taking the under 7.5 wins. I'm not feeling it for New Orleans as well, even though, look, I like Derek Carr. I like Alvin Kamara. I think that they have problems on defense, especially in the secondary. Dennis Allen, their head coach. I am absolutely out on Dennis Allen as a whole. Look, I love New Orleans. I love the state of Louisiana. I'm out on the Saints, man. Give me the under.
Me too. Everybody was barking about the Raiders not keeping Dennis Allen. I don't think after watching him as a head coach last year and some of that debacle of play calling and decision making, I'm with you, AB. I'm out on this guy, and they got Antonio Pierce now in Las Vegas. All right, Soupy, I'm coming over to you. Over or under here?
I'm tailing AB. The Saints did not make any significant moves in the offseason. Their big problem was they have no offensive line, and that's how Derek Carr was basically hurt all of last season, and they didn't make any changes. It's still a bad offensive line. I like Chris Olave. I like Rashid Shaheed as a wide receiver too. But the backfield, Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams both have slowed down last year, and Kendry Miller, injury prone already in his rookie season. I like their secondary. I like Marshawn Lattimore. I like Paulson Adebo. But again, their defensive line, you have Chase Young, who's been injured his whole career, and you have Cam Jordan, who's just getting old. This team just doesn't look good to me at all.
Soupy, you are just the gift that keeps on giving. So we're going to go 2 under so far. Charles, we've heard from Soupy. We've heard from AB. What say you, big boy?
I'm going to reverse it. I'll take the Saints over 7.5 wins. Look, I don't expect much from the Saints this season, but I think they can stumble on to 8 wins. They had 9 last season. They get the Panthers twice, the Giants, Raiders, Broncos, Commanders, Rams, Browns. So I think they can at least scrape up 8 wins over this season as well. So I'll take the over 7.5 for my beloved Saints minus 120.
This is your squad, right? This is your team, correct?
Yeah, I usually don't. That's my team, but I'll go against them any day of the week. But yeah, if I had to pick a team, that'd be it.
If it means I'm going to the damn pay window, screw the Saints. Screw them. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. DG, you're up.
I'm going to back Charles as well. I think the Saints are going to be a little bit better, but also I think the difference of the Saints and the maybe we're looking at the Bucs. Like I just think the Saints are going to be in a lot of games. I don't expect them to wow you. I don't expect it to be a team that you're going to want to turn on the TV to watch. But I think they're going to be in a lot of games, and because of that, I'm going to ride with them here. I think they're going to go 9-8 if I had to put a stamp on it after looking through their schedule. And so definitely taking the over here of 7.5 at minus 120.
All right. Very interesting. And always remember, I like to remind you at home, there are now 17 games in a season, no longer 16 the last couple of years. And eventually we're going to land on 18. So that's very important, especially for these win totals. All right, AB, coming back over to you because Derek Carr, we've had a lot of fun, haven't me and you the last – God, we've been together 4 years now. And Derek Carr, almost every time that we talk about him, it's either about an interception or about an interception. You're up.
The no-fly zone is now open, and Derek Carr is the first plane being grounded over here at BNA International. Look, I really do like Derek Carr. He's a tough dude. He's gotten kind of a weird break. Like, I'm not going to say it's like bad luck, but it's just been a weird career for him in the NFL. That being said, they're going to be trailing in a lot of games. He's got an arm. He's going to want to chuck it, and he's going to throw it to the other team. Take him over 11.5 interceptions at plus money.
And also, did you listen to what AB just said? They're going to be behind in a lot of games. They're going to be chucking a lot. That will lead to interceptions, but also, Charles, it could lead to what?
passing touchdowns, and I'm going to take them to get at least one in every game at plus 1,400. They had 28 last season, so that's roughly averages 1.6 per game as well. So yeah, this is another one where I like the price, worth the flyer, plus 1,400 Saints to get a passing touchdown and at least one regular season game all season.
Boom, boom. I feel
Coach,
like
may I add one thing?
Of
Apologies.
course.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
No.
want to add it before I forgot it because I have an applesauce brain today.
Yeah,
All right.
yes, you
What
do.
makes Charles's bet so good is, remember, the Saints have two quarterbacks and another guy in Taysom Hill who throws touchdown passes as well. That's an excellent bet from Charles right there.
I have one very slow, quick question for all of you. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Stop it. Next level nuggets right there. Thank you, AB. Now, back to what I was saying. Soupy, we've heard from Charles. We've heard from AB. Where are you going with your future play with the Saints?
One win in their first 5 games, because if you look at the schedule, they play the Panthers, which I think they could win. Then they go to Dallas. They host the Eagles. They go to Atlanta. And then they go to Kansas City. That's 4 straight losses. They start the season 1-4.
Wow. So what was your play again one more time?
Saints to win 1 game after Saints to win 1 after 5 games.
I just want to make sure that you gave that out correctly. Now, a lot of these unique plays we've never seen before. So where can we find your play at, Soupy?
It is on DraftKings. Just go to the team props on DraftKings. You caught me off guard on that one.
Clearly. Dare I ask him one more time? Dare I go there? I can't even remember who hasn't gone. I think DG is the only one. Am I correct? All right, DG, you're up.
You can find this one over at the Duel of Fan. There might be a team, a special. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara for 5 rushing touchdowns and 5 receiving touchdowns. It's simple. He had 5 rushing touchdowns last year. I expect him to be behind as well, but close in games. But you're looking at Chris Olave, who is a good receiver. I think he's only the big one that you could put as a plus receiver on this team. I think they're going to go ahead and send Alvin Kamara out a little bit more this season. He's getting the targets. I just need Derek Carr to lock in, especially 5 times in the red zone. So we're going to go with Alvin Kamara to have a reception, 5 receiving touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. Easy enough for the Saints.
Man, I don't know who to give credit to, but a lot of these props that we're giving out like this one, it keeps me interested every single week. I feel like somebody actually sat down in a room and thought about it this year. There's so many of these